It's almost 11. I don't know what I'm saying. Good morning. But it seems like it's Sunday and everybody is sleeping in. So I don't want to bother too much. Yesterday I went to this silent disco at the Lincoln Center, and it was the last day, and I only knew of it because I went to the library there before, and then I saw all the setup, and then I was searching it up, and I was like, oh, tomorrow's the last day, so I might as well go. Well, tomorrow would now be yesterday. It was really fun. I think being back in the city has healed a lot of things and brought me back to a place of safety that I don't normally feel whenever I'm back at home in the suburbs. The DJ was great. I think her name was DJ Tiana. It was a like full Latin female artist fest from like 4 till 10. 10 was the silent disco. Oh my god. How I sneeze? Oopsies. Excuse me. All by myself. Of course. Lately I've been trying to find comfort in my solitude. And it's been a mix of feelings. Yeah, I've been feeling a lot of mixed feelings. Kind of just hanging out by myself. I think intuitively I knew that I wanted much more solitude before the school starts, and to go back to me. And I felt like when I was back home, I didn't have much to do. But once I started like driving and having the car, I felt more agency within myself. But being here, it's a lot more helpful for that. So I went. It's great. The event's called Summer in the City, so it happens every summer. So sad that I didn't get to see the full ropes of it, but it was. I had the time of my life. Music and dance is something that has always comforted me and has always brought me out of my shell, and that I feel so much joy in. I feel like that's where I remember joy in my body the most, is when I'm dancing, when I'm listening to music. There's a groove. So I went there a bit early. I think I went there at like 9:30, and I was just like walking around the area. I went to the admission line. There's like family and friends of all ages, so I was just walking around, and there was like another set that was like starting to end soon, and then they were getting ready for the silent disco. So get there, there's like a big disco ball in the middle with like a water fountain. It was so cool. And then they had like the set upwards, and then they started distributing the headphones. At first I got one of them, and then at first I thought that maybe it was just like a faulty setting for now, because it wasn't ready, like the DJ didn't come out yet. So mine, it was only on working and panning to the right here, and then I was like, wait a minute, maybe mine's just broken. And so I was sitting on top of the fountain, and then I saw like the headphones off, like take your headphones off like center before you exit. And then I saw my friend who works there, which is really cool. I just said hi. If you see this date, I realized sometimes I forget. I go in like conversations, or I try to get being the person to initiate conversation, and like I miss a bundle of awkwardness sometimes. I don't know what it is that I exude, that I just have that, like, sorry girl, you were working. I was trying to make small talks. Yeah, though I was in a conversation with my friends from home. I was on a call with them because I was really bored at home waiting, about like how I hate small talks and I love diving into deep conversation and stuff. And then I realized in my head that it's just me being my autism, potential autism. Well, but I told myself this semester that I would become a conversationalist and like become a pro at that, because I think I lack social skills. That's just due to my childhood. So I'd love to practice that. No, it wasn't really helpful when you're at a silent skill, but of course you can converse, whatever. Just not through words that are like verbal. Can you tell I'm like fidgeting a lot? Yeah. I still getting used to vlogging, I guess, or archiving my life on the internet. Anyways, so as I talked to her and she was like, oh, you can get another headphone, and I was like, okay. And so I get one. The DJ perfectly on time comes on, and what can I say, the set was great. I only have like a couple clips, like not even a couple, I have one clip of me like screaming, being saying, is this stupid? Because of course this is how I disco, and like I'm literally listening to live music and then cut to like me recording, and it's just like barely anything is being played. Yeah, and then I made like a little game for myself. I was like, I'm gonna go to a space that's where nobody is dancing, where everybody is getting self-conscious, and I'm just gonna fucking let it rip. And I did. I was having the time of my life for like it didn't feel that long, but it was only like an hour and a half. Yeah, and then got to like, it was so lovely seeing people like from all ages, like just having a time of their lives, and like from kids to like adults maybe a little bit older than me, like just smiling at each other and like passing back that energy. There was like a couple that came and then they kept coming up to me. I was like, hey. They were lovely movers. I was like in awe of them. There was like these other older ladies who were like dancing next to me, and they seemed so lovely, and I wished that I could strike up conversation with them. They were like some of them were recording me. There was like it's like one Asian lady who was like going around like recording, and then she started recording me, and I was like, oh, okay. But I just ignored it. I just slapped her, and I was like, hey, you know, like as one would if you know me, if you were in my circle. And so I was like, okay, I've been here for long enough. The people around me are dancing. Time to go to my next target. So I go deeper in the middle. I start grooving. A couple starts dancing, and then I was like, hell yeah. And then there's a group of like maybe like corporate job like adults were like looking at me. They were like pointing at me. I was like, yeah, come on, you can do it. Yeah, let's bust the move. And then they were vibing it. I like that. And then the Asian lady comes back and she's recording, and I was like, okay, like chill, wait, welcome back. And then I think she gave the phone to like a group like a random group, and started dancing with me, and I was like, you know what, fuck it. I really couldn't catch rhythm, but I tried. She tried her best, and I tried my best to give her rhythm, and it was like for like a good like 2 to 3 minutes of us dancing not to the rhythm at all, but she seemed like she wanted to have a good time. And yeah, love my Asian sisters, and then we high-fived, and then she dipped, and I never saw her again. But just interactions like that are so sweet, like, and the small gestures of a smile, which you don't get as much in New York, or at all, I feel, as a, not even Virginia, where I live. Yeah, and then just people, like, coming up and then just dancing is nice. So there was this one man, like, white man, with, I think he got liquor on his hand. He was like dancing for a bit. We're like vibing, and then the system started ringing, and I was like, all right, time to dash. So I dashed one way, go to the back further. I'm like, okay, back to my game that I'm making. Before dancing, he comes back, and I'm like, dude, do you not sense it, or am I just? And so, once his back was turned, I booked it all the way to the front, because it was almost ending anyway. Booked to the front, where other people were. Honestly, the back was grooving a lot more than the front. Guys, come on. It's a party. But yeah, and then DJ Tayana ended at like 11:30, and then people were like, one more song, and then she played one more song, and then it was lit. And then the minute that she was off that set, I went to go get my headphones off, said bye to my friend, wish them luck, because they're gonna be killing it in London. Yeah. Over and all, I think it really, what's the word? Really gave me much more faith in humanity during these times, especially with how I've been feeling as of lately. I felt that like these past few days, like internally, I felt my walls started to build back up again. I mean, I know it's in a way of like just protecting me, my system, my nervous system protecting me, but I told myself that I don't want to live in fear anymore, and I don't want to live in a mindset that everybody's out to get me, which is so weird because I never really had that full-fledged thought come to my own consciousness. I feel like it was always hidden under the rug until as of recently that I became more aware of it. And like I said, I think many times this summer that I'm so tired at being at war with myself. When I'm already a target for such in this climate, I can't be I can't be the one that's inhabiting this body and also being an antagonist to it. Like, it's self-destructive, and I'm tired of that, and I want nothing more than to relish in myself. I feel like a lot of the times I'm a big critic of myself, that I know. Sometimes the critiques might be too much for my own good. That's just because I critique myself hardly as a way of being prepared to be critiqued by others, which is so weird. Or like critiquing myself first before others can critique me. And that just goes back to like the fear of being perceived in a wrong way, which is so stupid. Dad, I'm just tired. Why is my head thinking all the possible reasons of ways that I can be looked at from another person? I don't know. I do know, actually. It just goes back to being this fucking country, being a surveillance state, and then it goes just being like I have to perform self. What the fuck is that? I'm already in a career that is about performance. I don't need to perform my own livelihood. Yeah. Food for thought. But today might be a little lazy day. I'm doing laundry. I have all my cold warmer clothes in my pack, my duffel bag, in the closet, and like I have all my other trinkets and stuff in the closet ever since the sublet moved in. And I need to unpack that now that they're out. But we're also waiting on confirmation for my apartment. Fingers crossed in Brooklyn. I love the Upper East Side, but it's not my demographic. And we'll see how that goes. Do laundry, maybe do some work on my laptop, but that just might mean I might head downtown to some work. And yeah, I also really want to go back to playing my guitar because I haven't played in ages and I miss her so much. So that's gonna be it. Oh, you guys like my shirt? I made it, though I wish I sewed it, but time went by really quick and I had no time. So I also wanted to mention why my hair is long. I grew my hair grows quickly, first of all. I trimmed it in the summer, like to here, but it clearly grew back. And that's because which is weird because I feel like I cut my hair to longer hold a lot of things, but I do want to hold things that has been attached with me as I grow out this hair, because they're fond memories and I want to keep them close rather than discarding them like I tend to do, because it's felt like some sort of like control in my life. But I'm making the deliberate choice so that I grow out. I don't know, call me Yoko Ono, I don't know what the fuck. Yoko Ono has beautiful hair. I wish. Yeah, so that's gonna be my decision, and I'm gonna see how I start to feel once it grows out longer, because I always hated it looking long. I feel like it didn't suit me, but who knows? I'll just I'll just make it suit me. Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna start my day. That was a little recap. Maybe I'll do a nightly thing, who knows? But if anything, I'll edit it. You'll see it. Bye, lovelies. Whoever sees this.